buddy of mine, former player. We can call him buddy at this point. Ryan Cooper's with us here for the bottom of the second inning and third with his boss, a big supporter of Anteater baseball, and a good guy, Clark Fielding, who had started Fielding Law Firm a few years back, an outstanding personal injury law firm. And Clark, good to see you. Coop, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you, Mark. Thanks for having us.
We're glad to have you. Well, first things first, let's recap something. How did you two get together? Where did you find Ryan, and what impressed you about him to have him join the law firm?
Well, I had the pleasure to work with Ryan many years ago at a prior law firm, and Ryan brings so much to the table, the dependability, the ability to play under pressure, and his teamwork. He's a leader, and so much of that's here from UCI baseball.
Yeah, I would agree. Baseball is a great teacher. You win, you lose every day, and that sort of thing. So what inspired you years ago to start a law firm and work with people who are injured and in personal injury? It's personal and never more so than when you're hurt.
Sure. So we're set up here in Irvine in the community, and we want to do it the right way with a boutique law firm, and we believe in helping people, being compassionate, and being fierce advocates and problem solvers.
Well, right now, you picked a pretty good baseball team to follow, didn't you? UC Irvine, 28-9, leading 5-1. That is Josh Alger for the Bruins on the mound, their third pitcher of the night. Working to leadoff hitter Frankie Carney. Carney started it all, hit by a pitch innocently enough, and a couple moments later rode home on the two-run home run by Colin Yeaman. Next one in the dirt, and the count 2-0. 1-0, I should say. So it'll be the top of the order. Frankie Carney, Colin Yeaman, and Jacob McCombs. Alger works at the feet of the left-hand hitter, 2-0. Ryan, you ought to be pretty proud of what Frankie's doing. An 18-game hitting streak, and he's hitting .436 coming in.
That's something I could have only dreamed of when I was playing here. That's unbelievable, especially at this level.
You know, Ryan, you were at your best when it mattered the most. 2-0 pitch, inside ball 3-0 to Carney. And actually, I did have it right. The scoreboard was a bit late, so that's ball 4. So I can still count to 4, guys. Can I sign up for the law firm?
Absolutely.
Okay. So a leadoff walk. Carney at first, nobody out. All right, Clark. And we're talking with Clark Fielding, a Fielding law firm, and, of course, with Ryan Cooper, former Anteater, and he was a utility guy, played all over the place and played on some very good baseball teams under legendary head coach Mike Gillespie. Carney at first, nobody out. Here is Colin Yeaman, who takes outside ball 1. And we'll get to this after the next pitch or two, what was the reasoning of joining up and really helping support and nurture this baseball program? The 1-0 pitch to Colin Yeaman, Carney a short lead, and he'll take a pitch on the inside corner.
Sure. So we sponsor many sports programs.
Do you?
And very proud to sponsor UCI baseball. Again, we're here in the community, and I've found that some of our best people, some of our best team members at the law firm are athletes.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a great skill set and mindset.
Yep. You know, in the old days, people had the idea, well, the athlete is physical, he goes to school, somebody takes the test for him and everything. Coop's a lot smarter than me, and you're working for him. So, yeah, I do think when you go to a major college like this, a major university like this, you play sports, and then you have to keep the grades up.
Ryan will have to speak to that. When I've asked him about his schedule as a student athlete, it's grueling.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, Coop. How do you balance being out on the field in baseball season 6 days a week, 28 days out of the month, and keep the grades up? Here's 1-2 pitch to Yeaman, outside ball 2. Carney read it wrong, throw to second, and did Phoenix hold on to it? Appears like he did. Little bit of a collision, and Frankie Carney now shaken up for a second. The ball the second baseman, the glove, and the bag all coming together at once, and a great young player shaken up for a moment. Coop, can you get a read on that as we look at him down there? Sometimes that tag's a little difficult, or going into the base hard, huh?
Yeah, it looked like he may have got popped in the face there on the tag.
Yeah.
You brought up Skip.
Yeah.
We were celebrating him here on Saturday, which was awesome.
Right.
One of his rules that he enforced strongly was we were not allowed to slide head first. He would always make us slide feet first. For I guess that reason is what he was thinking.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Well, it was hard enough for me to slide anyway, but yeah, I would. When I did play, and it was high school as far as I got, sliding on your rear end I always thought was safer. So Frankie is walking off the field, and that means Ben Orloff has a decision to make among the many he makes during the game that he hadn't planned on. It's moment to moment, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, it is. And you brought up earlier balancing.
Yeah, balancing school and.
Well, that's a perfect example. You're balancing tough course load. You're balancing your practices, weight room. You got travel, playing on the road. Got to keep your grades up. The social aspect of college, and then hey, maybe you get banged up on a weekend game, and you got to get your butt to class still, right?
Yeah, they don't care about class. They don't, that you're going to play baseball on your own, sir. Okay, 3-2 to Colin Yeaman. Swings, foul tips it, held on nicely too by Blake Bolts for the second out. So caught stealing, it goes 2-4. Carney replaced. At some point, there'll be a new left fielder. And Colin Yeaman strikes out. So all the momentum for UC Irvine early, some of that dissipated when you see your star, one of your stars, have to leave the game. Quickly, 2 outs. First Anteater strikeout. First, of course, for Josh Alger. And here's Jacob McCombs. McCombs will take a pitch inside, ball 1. Well, Clark, I would imagine, and my father was a lawyer, so I know a little something about this stuff. We'll get to a question about baseball and being in the courtroom in a moment. 1-0 pitch, and McCombs takes a strike. There's got to be a game plan. Game plan when somebody's hurt, comes to you for help, and how does one go about that as a lawyer?
Sure. So that's the fielding law difference is we work as a team and we collaborate and we come up with a game plan. We're very dynamic, and as in baseball, so in life and professionally as well, as preparation.
Yeah.
And we put the time in to know our clients, to know their case, to be able to tell their story. So it's a thinking game.
When preparation meets opportunity and skill, that's when you have success. Little bouncing ball foul. And the count reverts 1-2 to Jacob McCombs. 5-1 our score. UC Irvine leading UCLA. The Anteaters erupted for a 5-run first. 2 2-run home runs by Colin Yeaman, Anteater shortstop, and Chase Call, who's on deck. Bruins got one back on a home run by Jared Hocking in the top of the second. With Clark Fielding and Ryan Cooper of Fielding Law Firm here, big supporters of UC Irvine baseball. Swing and a miss, so a nice second inning by Alger restores order. He strikes out 2 very good hitters, Yeaman and McCombs. Anteaters are done, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll be back in 60 after 2. UC Irvine 5, UCLA 1 on ESPN Plus and KUCI. Beautiful shot of a beautiful ballpark. 5-1 our score. We go in the third with Clark Fielding and Ryan Cooper. Okay, Ryan, when did you know you wanted to be a lawyer? That's part 1. And number 2, how did you find Clark?
Yeah, so part 1, I was playing baseball when I was in college, so I wasn't thinking too much about the next step until maybe my junior or senior year. I majored in philosophy, so my didn't have tons of options. I like to write. I like to speak. I did skits here for 4 years pre-game, so I knew that I could get up in front of people and talk.
Yes, it's true.
And so everything seemed to be pointing towards law. And I applied before my senior year, and the rest is history. Went to Chapman, had a great time there.
Clark, I didn't realize that you were an alum here.
So I'm not an alum, but we have at our firm we added Zeke Bellino, catcher from last year.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then we have Alicia Sparks as a case manager. Her husband Taylor Sparks.
Taylor was a charismatic player.
Absolutely.
All right, keep it in the family. Let's go to the third. 5-1 our score. New pitcher for UC Irvine as we work in the third inning, leading 5-1. For the Eaters, leading 5-1, it is Tyler Foster. We saw Tyler make his collegiate debut last week, worked 2 innings in a Tuesday night, pretty forgettable game, losing to LMU. Not his fault. He looked good, allowed 1 run in 2 innings. And Tyler with a pitch in and over, 1-1 the count to leadoff hitter for UCLA and left fielder Dean West. West Chalowski to start it off. Check swing, and did he go? They'll appeal. No swing, says third base umpire Nick Spencer. 2-1. And Eaters 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Bruins 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Next one, bunted, third base side. Good bunt. Foster down to get it, and from his falling off onto his backside, threw to first a day late. If he makes a perfect play on that, I don't think he gets a pretty good bunt there, Ryan.
That's about as good as you could draw it up right there.
So West with all that speed, a bunt single. And here's Rock Chalowski. Well, gentlemen, we have 2 of the top shortstops in America. We saw Yeaman hit his 12th home run, driven in 48 runs, Ryan, our shortstop. Chalowski for the Bruins hitting .370, 13 home runs, 45 RBIs, and as a shortstop, a .984 fielding percentage.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so 2 guys, that be up for the National Shortstop of the Year, which, of course, UC Irvine head coach Ben Orloff won back in 2007. First pitch outside to the Bruins shortstop. He singled. Sharp ground ball through the 6 hole. Back in the first. Foster works high ball 2, 2-0. Mullavey, LeVou on deck. It's no walk in the park with him and his 51 RBIs. So Foster right now thrown into the fire. 2-0 on the outer edge. Perfect pitch. Outside corner. 2-1 the count. All right, Clark, you come to this beautiful ballpark. Anything in particular food-wise that strikes someone like you, ballpark food? You got a favorite?
Absolutely. I've got my peanuts right here.
There you go.
I've got my Gatorade.
Good man.
I just don't have my hot dog.
Okay, well, yeah. I would love to eat peanuts. How can you call a ball game eating peanuts? I'd be confident up. Ground ball wide of third. Past the dive of Antietam third baseman Zach Felstad out into left field. So Chalowski, almost a repeat of his base hit back in the first inning, finds the 5-6 hole, and the Bruins have set up shop. Second and first, nobody out. So it's 5-1 Anteaters, but the Bruins are number 15 in the country for a reason. Mullavey LeVou struck out looking, but ever a dangerous hitter. Came in at .348, 10 home runs and 51 RBIs. First pitch is a fly ball foul down the left field line. 0-1 the count. LeVou, just a sophomore, wearing number 39, good size, 6'1", 205, and part of that Orange County rich baseball tradition from Huntington Beach out of Ocean View High School. Anteater catcher from Huntington Beach, Blake Penso, went to Huntington Beach High. 0-1. And the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So, Clark, your offices are close by. What are some of the perks of having a successful business, a business of conscience, but also a business in beautiful Orange County and in this particular area, foul ball, and the count 1-2.
Oh, you can't beat Orange County. The weather, the people. We're very blessed to be here.
You look so young. You know, Coop is young. You both got the beard going. Did you start the firm when you were 17 or something?
Oh,
you're one of those
you're just
childhood
missing
geniuses?
this white in my beard. You're not seeing it, Mark.
Ground ball to first. Nice play by Castanola to get it. He'll go to a shortstop for the 3-6 force. That's all they can get. Going to third base is West. It'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice. Chalosky is forced at second, and LeVeau at first. That'll bring up Roman Martin with a chance to do damage. First and third, one out. So a little bit of a confidence builder right there for Tyler Foster. After all, just his second collegiate game. So the Anders taking a good look under certainly challenging circumstances for the young right-hander to work high ball one to Martin. Roman flew out to center for the second out of the Bruin first. Ojeda went 2, allowed 1 run on the home run by Jared Hocking. 5-1 Irvine. Right-hander set. The next one. Swung on, bounced to third. Fielded nicely by Philstead. He'll go to Bermudez for one and around the horn for a beautiful 5-4-3 double play. How'd you like that, Coop?
Love that.
What do you think, Clark?
Loved it.
All right. We've had you here 2 years. Both years, this is our second year, and you're going to the postseason. Will you come back and see us next year?
We will. This is our third season with UCI
It's our third
baseball.
season. You're right.
Third season.
Well, they catch
Second
up on
time
the-
in the booth, though.
Yeah,
you're right.
All right. That's right. Well, what do I know when you're out in the booth? Hey, Ryan Cooper, Clark Fielding, thank you so much. Thanks for what you do for our community. And Coop, thanks extra for some of those baseball histories. I'll never forget that bunt, the squeeze.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, guys, take care.
Thanks, Mark.
Rip 'em.
I understand what someone's going through when they've been in an accident and they're in pain and they can't work and they don't know what the future holds for them.
In this line of work, the stakes are high. There's no second place, and so I play to win.
The Fielding Law Firm, we're fighters and we're problem solvers, and we protect you.
If you've been hurt in an accident and you don't know what to do, you should call Fielding Law. We can help you get your life back on track.